Okay, guys, so I'm not going to be looking at the camera 100% of the time because I am driving, but I did want to come on here and say that you guys are about to watch the final April budget, and this budget was pretty shocking to me, actually, to watch or play out throughout the month, and that was because this was a month that I was fully on maternity leave, and I was still getting paid. So I knew that I had the income, but to watch the amount that ended up going to savings was kind of surprising, just knowing that I wasn't physically at work. So I hope you guys know that there was a lot of spending in the month of April, but there was also a lot of time and effort put into preparing to return to work. So there's a lot of spending there that is purposeful. So let's go ahead and get into the final April budget and see where it ended up.
Okay, you guys, so for April we had an income of $7,555.78. My husband did get an increase in his income, so that will help out a little bit as we go into the next month. This is going to be reimbursed. As always, the spending gets reimbursed. For giving, we have gifts, and we did Easter gifts for Everly, and then we did baptism right here. And then for giving, I do have to go in and finish this out. So we forgot envelopes actually the last Friday of, here we go, or the last Sunday. And I think I didn't record, yeah, I also forgot to record the previous week. You guys, I have gotten really bad at recording. I am getting back to it, but April was a rough month. Okay, so then we had the building fund, the food pantry, so we also need $10 for the cemetery fund, and we did that here. Cemetery, I can't spell to cemetery. Sorry. Okay, so that has been accounted for there, which leads us to housing and utilities. Our escrow came out. Our electric was $129.73, $50 for our water. I am home the majority of the time, so we're using more water as we have baby, so we're running bottle washers, regular washers. I'm really trying to keep up with everything and get as much cleaned and organized before I get back from maternity leave. We have $106.56 for our internet, $26 for my phone bill, and pet care we had $112.56, and this was due to the Chewy food order that we had, and then also my dog got grooming, her shots, everything taken care of, and she will get her grooming hopefully twice a year moving forward. For transportation, we spent $122.41 for gas, so that helps out there. And for maintenance, I did spend $27.81. I got my oil changed, and that was covered when I bought my car. I used my last free one on the 22nd, but then I also got a filter change, and yes, I can change the filters myself, but again, we are on maternity leave and we are struggle busing through life, dealing with a colicky baby, so I rather just pay them the $27 to do it themselves. Okay, for groceries, we spent $609.18. You guys, it was expensive, and I hate to break it to you, but I don't see it getting less expensive. I definitely didn't stick to my meal plan in April, and so far in May, I have not done as great of a job of sticking to the meal plan. And breastfeeding, it turns out, I am starving all the time, so we are going through snacky foods a lot faster, so I need to take that into account. For restaurants, I budgeted $200 and we spent $186.51. Another thing is I'm going out to eat more. Anytime we have errands, I end up going out to eat. Then we have lifestyle, nothing here. My husband did purchase something here. Then we have clothing, hair and beauty, household maintenance, investments came out as planned, yearly subscriptions. I think we're missing one. That is my fault. I am so sorry. First of all, I don't know. This should be $35 because it's $20. And this is a monthly subscription. And that's all I'm going to put. It pulls... Oh, you guys, I can't spell today. There we go. It is a monthly subscription. It pulls on, I believe, the 25th of the month. But I'm going to leave that private on what it is. Just for family stuff. And we had daycare pull out. Medical. We had a lot of going on in medical, as you can see. First of all, our life insurance paid out. So I went ahead and moved the leftover $15.60 to savings and only left the monthly in there. And then, you guys, we had checkups and chiropractors and my prenatals. We had blood tests. A lot of things going on at this household this weekend. My husband also had to pay for a sleep study, and there was just a lot going on there. So it was an expensive month, but that's why we built up the medical fund before all of this happened. Then we have insurance building just as it should. Debt, we paid our mortgage plus an extra $100. And for savings, we have a total of $1,522.85 going into savings, so really not bad for April, considering I am on maternity leave this month. Now, May is going to be more difficult because I will not be getting paid, but as you guys can see, we bought some baby stuff. Here. We did get our gutters installed, so in May you will see that disappear off. We had an Amazon return. I got maternity bras because I was using the ones I had from Everly and they were looking rough. We got a sound machine for my daughter's room to match the one that Everly has in her room. We had to get our certificates, and then we did purchase a swing set. While it is for my daughter's birthday, it's not coming out of her budget for her birthday because this is something we'd been looking at for a while. And in addition, we tried to find used ones, and they get snatched up really fast when they're used. So we did find a good deal, and we just went ahead and ordered that. So then we have $13,159 left in our goals. So that is looking good.
Okay, you guys, so as I said, that was a pretty great looking budget for being on maternity leave. Again, being paid for that month really helped. In addition, we got in addition, I was able to prepare. Now in the month of May, you guys will see we have some stuff. Again, I'm preparing to go back to maternity leave. I am also hoping to declutter, sell, donate a bunch of stuff from our house, and so I'm making the purchases that I need to return to work in June. Addition, my daughter's birthday's in June as well, so we're preparing for that. But I'm trying to make purposeful purchases that will make our life more simplified, easier, and getting rid of the things that kind of work or don't work in our life at this time. So that is kind of the goal of the spending that I'm doing, in addition to just the things that we are doing. For instance, my daughter is still in diapers at night, so I do have to purchase diapers, but we also have to purchase pull-ups because we are potty training during the day. If anybody has any tips on how to potty train a toddler with a newborn while she goes to daycare, that would be great. We really are struggling with consistency, especially due to my husband traveling. Like, it's really hard when it's really hard when I'm feeding the baby and she wakes up to immediately get her on the toilet and kind of situating all of that, because sometimes when my husband's gone, that's the only option. So yes, any advice there? But thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.